the ancestors of the Belmont family are doomed to confront the power of evil incarnate, Dracula. In 1917, a countess sought to revive the long-dead spirit of the vampire. Her name was Elizabeth Bartley. To revive him, she needed to travel all over Europe, enlisting help from all the powers of darkness. Two young vampire hunters set out to fulfill their destiny, push back the evil hordes, and drive the vampire back into his dark netherworld. So welcome, guys, and welcome to Castlevania Bloodlines. So this was released for the Sega Genesis. Now, in comparison to Super Castlevania 4, the controls are a little bit stiffer, especially for John Morris. You'll see why when we get to play as him. This game has some pretty good music. Some iconic music that's still used to this day, as a matter of fact. It's a pretty good game. Probably not the best in the series, but I do enjoy this game. It's quite difficult, though. They took away the time limit, but instead what you have is, you have limited continues. I think you only have 5 continues, and if you lose them all, then that's game over. You gotta start all the way from the beginning of the game again. So there's 2 playable characters this time. John Morris, who is basically a descendant of the Belmont clan, and Eric LeCarde, who uses the Alucard spear. They both have two distinct playstyles. I will be playing as both of them, and I am also going to be playing on Expert mode. You can only unlock this after beating the game once on normal mode as either one of the characters. Now, as far as, like, sub-weapons go in this game, there's only 3, technically. There's the Boomerang, which is basically, you throw it forward and then it arcs upward, kind of like a cross. You have the axe, which acts like all the other axes, essentially, from the series. And you have the Holy Water, which you throw it down in front of you, and it creates a sort of shockwave for a couple seconds. There are also sort of item crashes. The Boomerang will split into... The Boomerang will turn into 3 and, like, circle in front of you and just rush forward, hitting enemies along the way. The axe will summon 3 axes in front of you and shoot forward. And then the Holy Water is a weird one. It makes, like, a little explosion with the Holy Water, which is weird. And there is one more special weapon, which is like the spell book. As long as you have enough jewels to be able to cast the special ability, you'll be able to upgrade your weapon to be able to use your special attack. Your attack power will also be increased, but only until you take damage. Once you take damage, the spell wears off. Alright, so let's get this started. So John Morris, born December 12th, 1895 in Texas, USA. His weapon's the Vampire Killer. And Eric LeCarde, May 3rd, 1892 in Segovia, Spain. Weapon, the Alucard spear, but it's the Alucard spear. We're gonna start with, you know, the guy with the Vampire Killer, John Morris. Stage 1. Ruins of the Castle Dracula, Romania. Here we go, John. Alright, here we go. So, instead of hearts in this game, you pick up jewels, which basically serve the same function as hearts in the other games. Your ammo for your weapon, for your sub-weapons. Yeah, here's what I meant, like, about how stiff this game is in comparison to Super Castlevania 4. You can only attack diagonally and upwards when you're jumping. You can also attack downwards, but that's not terribly useful. So you can't do omnidirectional whipping like you could in 4. Which is a bit of a step down, really. Alright, so in this game, there's 2 different types of candles. The ones that have 2 usually have jewels or points in them, And the ones that have one usually have sub-weapons. So keep that in mind if you want to hold on to, like, certain weapons and stuff. There's the boomerang. I'll take it. Got invincibility. Not that it lasts very long. Alright, spellbook. And we have just enough jewels to be able to upgrade our whip. So yeah, your whip can upgrade 3 times in this. The normal 2, power and range, and then the third one, which gives you the super version of your weapon. Which also gives you a special attack, and for John Morris, it's the water dragon. But as soon as you get hit, you lose it. So you gotta keep that in mind. Let's just get out of here. Oh man, I lost it already. Go away, skeleton. Holy water, don't want that. Alright, Hellhound. Alright, goodbye to the Hellhound. You gotta watch the glass that he shatters in the background, because the glass shards will hurt you if you're right underneath it. Alright, X, don't want it. Nice, wall meat. Okay, goodbye to the bone pillars. I really wish you could attack upwards without needing to jump. It's kind of a pain. God, the bats are relentless in this. Alright, let's go. Oh, damn you! Let's not get hit by that. Okay, now we're back. Just gotta not get hit. Should be easy, right? Alright, this bridge is gonna crumble. Nice, one up. Alright, that takes care of that white dragon right there. That was the water dragon attack that we used there, by the way. I like how incredibly reminiscent of Castlevania 1's opening stage this is. I think it's even playing Dracula's theme right now. Alright, we're not gonna pick that up. Alright, let's fight the boss, the Armor Battler. Don't attack it as it appears, otherwise it'll counter by jumping and trying to land on you. It uses both an axe and a spear. The axe has short range, and he can do jump attacks with it. Deal enough damage, and his arm falls off with it, and he switches to the scepter. He can stab forward both high and low with it, and he can do a jump attack with it as well. And he can twirl around both weapons suddenly when moving. Deal enough damage, and his other arm will fall off, and then he can attack by either kicking forward, jumping around, or suddenly trying to rush into you. So we're gonna wait a moment. Oh, and we got him. Goodbye to the armor battler. Alright, we did it. Stage 1 cleared. Alright, Stage 2. The Atlantis Shrine in Greece. Alright, so Stage 2. I believe this theme's called The Sinking City, or something along those lines. Stage 1 was called Reincarnated Soul. Both great themes. Now, going into the neat thing about this game is that when you go into the next level, you carry over your sub-weapon and whatever jewels you have remaining from the previous level. So there is an element of strategy involved. Alright, getting attacked by minotaurs here. Another neat thing about this game is that you're not restricted to the areas around Dracula's castle or the area around Dracula's castle. You get to go all around Europe and see different locations. So that shakes things up a little bit, see different areas. Alright, now, gonna have to keep moving here so that we don't drown due to the rising water level. Now in hard mode, we also have to deal with ghosts here. There's a 1-up in that candle, but the water level's already too high to try and get it. Alright, we made it to the top. Now we got a boss rush of sorts here. The first one's kind of a joke, though. This is the wizard. He doesn't attack. All he does is try to raise the water level to drown you, and he keeps teleporting like this. So, yeah, like I said, he's kind of a joke. And he's gone. Alright, the second boss we're going to fight is called the Heavy Armor. It enters from the right. It uses a giant flail to try and crush you. He can also jump and try to land on you. Note that the only part of his weapon with a hitbox is the very end of the weapon. Either stay just out of range of it or between it and the boss between it and the boss, and you should be fine if you attack it quickly. Like this. Just don't get so close that, you know, you touch the boss and take damage, contact damage. And then on the left side is going to be the Great Axe Armor. He has a bit longer reach than the Heavy Armor, so keep your distance and retreat after a couple hits. After he attacks 4 times, he'll jump and try to plunge his axe into you. If he misses, it'll get stuck in the ground and leave him vulnerable for a moment. And you're out of there. Alright, continuing on. Now we just need to make it to the bottom of this area without drowning. Which is easier said than done, because we gotta deal with Medusa heads here. Oh, good old Medusa heads. Proper area for them to appear, though, in Greece. Ooh, nice, we upgraded our whip again. Let's try not to get hit, if we can help it. Alright, now these enemies, I don't even know what you'd call them. If they're on the ground, then typically they take 2 hits, because they'll block the first one. If you jump and hit their head, or if they're jumping and try to attack you, usually if you attack them in midair, then they'll die in 1 hit. Just like that. I can't remember this monster's name, or if it even appears throughout the rest of the series. Alright, so we have to destroy this priceless work of art in order to continue. As you do. Goodbye to the bone pillars. White dragon right there, so we'll just use our special attack on it, so we don't have to worry. Alright, more bone pillars gone. Goodbye to you, sir. That was close. Alright, that takes care of them. Did not want to take my chances with attacking them normally. Alright, let's see if we can lure those minotaurs to one side. Just like that. Okay, cool. Okay, so the next boss is called Golem. Its giant body must be destroyed in segments before you can attack his weak spot, which is his head. It only has 2 attacks, attacking the ceiling to try and rain down rocks on you, or if you get too close, it might deck you with a punch. Alright, let's give this a shot. Alright, so since we're waiting anyway, let's just use the water dragon to start chipping away at his body segments. Ooh, we hit his head there. And we beat him! Alright, goodbye to the Golem. Stage 2 clear.